All right, so we are live now. We are live now. So thank you all for joining Good Trouble episode 2. We are glad to be back with you, and we are live. My name is Mr. Demetrius Dew. I am the coordinator of experiential learning, and we have some ambassadors here that are ready to engage with you about some engaging topics, some thought provoking topics, and some educational topics. And so, as I introduce myself, I want them to go next. Osiah, we're going to start with you, Kamaya, Devontae, and then Cheyenne. Let's introduce ourselves for the people that are tuning in with us today.
All right. How's everyone doing? My name is Osiah Rivers. I'm a junior at Voorhees College studying child development. And to quote the great late John Lewis, if you're going to get in any trouble, get in good trouble and necessary trouble.
There you go. There you go. That's a good way to start it, Osiah. All right, Kamaya, it's on you.
Good afternoon. My name is Kamaya. I'm a sophomore at Voorhees College, and my major is business administration.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. My name is Devontae McKee. I'm a senior at Voorhees College, majoring in biology. And I look forward to having this conversation with you guys.
Good afternoon. I am Cheyenne Blakeney, and I am a senior at Voorhees College studying child development.
All right, so
welcome.
Thank you all for joining us again. So before we move, we have some safety guidelines and procedures that Cheyenne is going to give us. So she's going to give us those, and we're going to move forward into our discussion today.
Okay, I'm giving you safety guidelines for COVID-19. Yay. So first off, please wear your mask everywhere you go. Okay. Please stay 6 feet back. I don't want to turn around and see you breathing on the back of my neck. Just stand back. Pay attention to the 6 feet. You know, sometimes they got it on the ground. Pay attention to that, you know. And wash your hands. Please wash your hands. Don't be nasty. Clean the surfaces thoroughly. Wear gloves. And if you're sick, stay home and avoid people that are sick. You know? So those are the COVID safety guidelines, period.
All right, let's cover it up for Cheyenne for giving us our COVID safety guidelines. We'll stay safe and protected and not get sick during this time. So thank you, Cheyenne. So let's talk about today. We want to talk about the company you keep, right? Let's talk about the company that you keep. I'm sure you guys can talk a lot about some experiences that you've had while you've been in college, or even before you got to college when you were in high school. And so let's just talk about that really quick. Let's talk about the company that you keep. When you think about that quote, the company you keep, Osiah, what do you think about?
When I think about the company I keep, I think back on like some personal experience. Like when I was in school, I really messed up my leg really bad. And my friends were like really there for me. They, kept me in high spirits. They helped me through the situation when I was like really, really down. Didn't want to do anything. They kind of like pushed me to keep doing what I was doing, maintain that high GPA, keep doing what got me there in the first place,
Yeah.
So when I think about the company I keep, I think about positive influences and keeping out negativity.
Yeah. Come on, when you think about the quote, the company you keep, what do you think about it? Have you had any experiences where...
I can't really hear you. Your mic is going out. I think you got to move it.
Testing 1, 2. Can you hear me now?
Okay, now I can hear you really good.
All right, cool. So when you think about the quote, the company you keep,
I can't hear you no more.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
1, 2. Can you hear me again?
You got to move your phone or something. It's like your mic is covered.
I don't know what's going on with this. Can anyone else hear me? Am I muffled? Anyone else?
Yeah, you're a little
muffled.
You're
muffled.
Okay. Let's try this. All right. So, Kamaya, can you answer the question?
Okay. It's a little muffled, but I'm going to try to hear.
Okay. Go ahead. So the company you keep, when you think about that, what do you think about?
Um, well, what I think about is probably like being around positive people and like good or bad, or you just saying just good.
Yeah, just holistically,
You said who?
just both good and bad. What do you think about?
Okay, so when I think of that, I think of like positive, someone that's gonna push you and make you do more than what you do. And negative people, they just gonna speak down on you, talk down on you, and always have something negative to say.
Gotcha. Okay, Devontae, when you think about the company you keep, that quote, what do you think about? And Devontae, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, okay. You can hear me now?
Yeah,
Okay.
hear you now.
Well, when I think about the company I keep, I think about like I've had good friends and I've had bad friends. Like when I say like the good friends that I have now, the company I keep, before I met them, I was like, you know, a little shy and like I don't want to say not cocky, but the group of friends that I have now, they actually taught me, you know, like it's okay to, you know, brag a little bit. It's okay to, you know, just be you. But like the group of friends that I had before, you know, they were just kind of negative. You know, they was on the same stuff every day. Nobody was trying to really better themselves, and like I just saw a lot of stuff going downhill. So, like you said, I just had to realize about the company that I keep, and now things have just been going uphill since I got some positive friends.
Got you. Cheyenne, what do you think about when you hear that quote, the company that you keep?
I think about just having like a good supportive team, like team as in your friends, like your friends are always there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they encourage you to do things that you're not used to doing, but they push you out of that comfort zone.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean that's what I think about it.
Okay. And for those that may be watching live right now, we apologize for the technical difficulties. You know how devices can be. Sometimes we can hear each other and sometimes we can't. So if you're going to watch the playback or you're watching this now, please forgive us for the technical difficulties. And we're going to keep pushing through this. So I know that may be a challenge for somebody, but we're going to keep pushing through it. All right. So you guys said a lot of things when you were talking about just thinking about the company that you keep, right? So when you think about it, right? What are some things that you say, okay, this is a red flag? What what are some things that are some red flags, and you say this person is negative, right? And red flag, I need to run. I can't be around this person. What are some negatives for you that you say, look, negative person can't be around it? Osiah.
For me, some people that are like quick to always jump to like the worst thing in the situation. Someone's always quick to anger or quick to, only see the worst in things instead of seeing that, there's something positive in it too. That's a big red flag for me. Someone that's always looking for the negative, never looking for the positive.
Okay. Okay. Devontae, what do you think about what's a red flag for you? And you're like, this person just showed me something or this environment, and this is not going to help me graduate from college. I got to run from this guy.
Okay, like basically, kind of like Osiah said, like the negativity, but like someone who always want to just get in trouble, or like if you always got like a nasty attitude, or you got something slick to say, or if you're just too quick to talk about the next person, like if somebody just walk in, they might be a little dirty or something, but it's nothing that needs to be addressed, like, and they just want to joke on it. Like I don't like people like that. So if you kind of one of those people, we don't need
Just
to
a
be dealing.
just an all out pessimist. You,
Exactly.
you
That's the
can't be
term.
around it. Okay, so Cheyenne, tell me what's a red flag for you when this happens. You're like, I have to run away from this person because if I don't, I promise this is not going to be a good environment for me for my future.
I just feel like somebody that always to bear bad news. Like they always just bring bad news to you. Like there's never any good news to bring. Like, and it's not just that. It's just like people that are like loud and disrespectful. Like they're disrespectfully loud, and
Mhm.
especially to like their elders. And it's just kind of, I just don't vibe with that, because I just look at them and I just lose respect for them. Because I mean, you don't have respect for people that's helping you out.
Got you. Kamaya, end it off for us. Tell us what's a red flag for you? What's the red light? It says, stop all of the brakes, stop everything. This has to be done.
I wanted to also piggyback on what Devontae was saying, and what he said, and also what Osai was saying, and Cheyenne. And I also wanted to say, like, when someone just always negative, first thing they think negative, like they always coming off negative, people like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
They always in something, always doing something, like just negative. Their whole life is just negative. Don't want to change. It's just negative.
everything is just negative.
Yes.
Everything is just negative. So look, we've just addressed some things as far as negative attributes in people that we run from, right? But what are some positives? Because we talked about some positives earlier in the conversation. So what are some positive attributes that you may say that, okay, this person is good to be around? This person may have, their head on straight. So what are some things for you that you look for in a person, or that you've kind of examined in people where you say, okay, maybe I can hang around this person? Cheyenne, what are some things for you?
I don't know. I pay attention to like people that carry themselves as a boss. So I feel like if you hang around bosses, you're gonna develop that boss mentality, just like they have the boss mentality. So I want to be surrounded by somebody like that, and that carry themselves in a good way. Um, Somebody that pushes you out of the predicaments you're in, because I remember one time, like, I had a scholarship to Newberry College and everything for dance. I love dance, so this is what I wanted to do. But my grandpa passed away like a couple months after I found out that I had got the scholarship. I didn't even want to go to college no more, and I became that person that just kept telling people that I was going to go to college, I was going to do this and go that, and then never do it. And then I called one of my friends, and she had to push me, and she told me that I need to try to find a college to go to. And she recommended South Carolina State and Voorhees College, and here I am at Voorhees College.
So you're saying that bosses, people that carry themselves as bosses, have the ability to push you out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good point, because we need to be pushed out of our comfort zone. I love that. So Kamaya, what are some positives for you when you think about people that you say, this is a good person to be around?
Once again, I'm gonna take off what Cheyenne has said. Like that, people that are bosses and stuff, like also someone that pushes you, and holds you accountable. Someone that's gonna make you do more than what you do. Prime example, like my best friend, we push each other. Like, it's been times I'm like, no, I don't want to go to college. There's been times she's like, no, I don't want to go to college. It's been times that we have to separate each other and go to different colleges. And we push each other every day to keep going and do what we have to do. Another friend that I have that's in school, her name is Kai. She keeps pushing me. She has a 4.0 GPA. My best friend has a 4.0 GPA. I have a 3.7 GPA. And I can say them are the two people that I can say that pushes me like constantly, nonstop. It makes me want to do more than what I do, so shout out to them too.
That's a good point. So let me ask this, Kamaya. You said something about accountability, and people may not say that word a whole lot, but how important is accountability, and how important has it been to you as a college student?
It's been very important to me. Like, it's like all the time, like, with accountability, like you got to take responsibility. Take responsibility. That's how I look. Well, that's it with accountability. It's like taking responsibility and stuff like that. So it's just every day, my everyday life is just accountability. And you have to just be mature about it. Like, you don't want to be childish about it. Be mature about it.
That's another great point. So there's a side of accountability that you have to be mature about, so you don't get angry at what a person may be saying to correct you or help you get better.
Right.
That's a good point. I like that. Osaya, tell us about some attributes that you look for or that you look at in a person and say, okay, cool. These are the type of people that I need to be around, or this is the type of person. And you maybe even could piggyback off of the time you broke your leg, and a lot of people may not know that story. So if you can share that too.
Yeah. Well, first, two of the big things I look for in people is courage, especially when you don't have like doing the wrong thing would be easier or bring you more joy at the time. Like it's easy to do. It's easy not to do the right thing when no one's looking, but it's even harder to do what's right when no one's looking.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and another one is compassion. Really, like I think that's what a lot of people lack, like overall, just not in school, like just in life, compassion for the next person. Like everyone's so quick to judge nowadays. No one knows or even tries to figure out the whole situation of a lot of things a lot of times, and we have like no compassion for each other. So that somebody that has that is very important too.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those, like more so the compassion goes more with my when I messed up my knee, because my friends, they're my friends, but they didn't have to do that because they usually go home on the week. They usually went home on the weekends and spend time with their family on the weekends. But the whole like 3 months I was recovering, none of them went home. They stayed with me, show compassion with me, stay, make sure I was good, make sure I got up, got food. You know what I'm saying? Help me to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Just simple
Yeah.
stuff. Show compassion.
So I'm gonna go off script just a little tad bit. This is a question you guys can still answer, but so we talked about positivity with our friends and different people, right? But let's talk about for a moment, how important has it been to be around or to be connected to positive people in this new virtual space? Because I know for a lot of people, going from on campus to virtual, it's been a huge transition. So how important has it been now to be around people that say, look, it's not going to be like this always, right?
Yeah.
Let's just work hard at with where we are. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay focused on the main goal. How important has it been right now in this new virtual space to be around and to be connected to positive people?
For me personally, it's been kind of like a breath of fresh air to see like other people are seeing, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not going to be our way forever. It's just like a little bump in the road. Especially a big shout out to Dr. Chenault
Hey,
at our
shout out
school.
Dr. Snow.
He's been very helpful. Setting up those times where you can come meet. Same with Professor Smalls in the child development department, setting up times for us to meet virtually. Kind of talk, and if we have any questions on assignments, even if we need extra time, because a lot of people are take this opportunity to work and get stack their money and stuff, and teachers understand that they encourage us to do it. So if you need extra time, just being able to go to them to ask for that, and them giving it to you, and them being reasonable and stuff like that, it's been very, very important and refreshing.
Got you. Devontae, what about you? Let's talk about this new virtual space that we're in and how important has it been to be in conversations with positive people that are looking at the glass half full, right?
Okay. With like you said, with the new virtual learning, like it is important to stay connected with positive people because this virtual learning it can get frustrating at times.
Yeah.
Like the teachers, they'll pile a bunch of work up on you, and it's all due this day. So you might lose motivation. Like you don't have that much motivation to keep doing it. But you're gonna always need them people in your corner who's gonna be like, okay, just go ahead and do it now. It's not gonna be like this forever. Let's go ahead and knock it out the park. Like so, it's important to stay in contact with people like that because you might lose sight of what you're looking for or what the goal is in life. Like just to get through college.
Yeah, I was going to say too. It's really, especially all that work. It's real easy to just sit back and just not want to do it because there's no one there to force it to you. Like you said,
Yeah.
Exactly.
having somebody like that is important.
Now, would you say, and all of you all can kind of chime in on this one, would you say that when classes were at a set time, it was a little bit structured and better for you, and you felt like you could, kind of meet the flow of things rather than having things at, all different times where you don't necessarily have to meet at a certain time?
Yeah,
Which one would you say worked for you better?
I
I
say
prefer.
the structure one at school, like us being at school. When you're not a virtual learner, like like you're a visual learner, it's It's very different.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I have to agree with her because like as far as learning goes, like with the online schooling, like when we're in class, if you need more help or you want to ask a question, it's a lot easier to just, walk up to that professor and just ask them like, okay, hey, I need some extra help. I don't know what's going on. Whereas now like you gotta email them and you gotta wait on them to email you back. You might be in the middle of this assignment and you might
Mhm.
want to answer back right now. But instead you gotta wait. So you gotta come back to that assignment and move on to something else. Like yeah, so
Okay.
I prefer the in-class learning.
Got you. In class, structured times. If you meet at
Yeah,
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, that's better.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll definitely say structure. I think
Right, right.
Oh,
structure in life
whoa.
in general is good. Like no one should really just go around like flim flam in their life. I'm not saying like you shouldn't like make quick decisions or go with your heart sometimes, but a lot of times structure is what's best.
Got
Because
you.
yeah, you need to know exactly what you're doing. A lot of people.
Cheyenne, I think you have a different point of view. What do you have to say?
I mean, I'd rather do structure, like have a structure and be on campus learning, but don't be assigning me no 8 o'clock classes.
Okay, I remember. I remember that. Okay, okay. So look, we have about 8 minutes before our conversation is over, and I think today was really good regarding the company you keep because I think not only in college do people need to know that there are red flags or there are green lights with people, but if you're in high school, you may have some cousins that are in high school that need to know that the company that you currently have may be taking you down a path that may not be beneficial for your future, or if you are around the right crowd. And so let me ask one more question because Devontae, I know you and I discussed this a while back, and I want you to answer this first. But how important, after we talk about the company that you keep as far as your colleagues, how important is it to have mentors and role models, positive role models? How important is it for you to have that, Devontae?
It's very important because mentors they come in handy because you might not know how to do something or you might just know to do it like a certain way. But those mentors they can come into your life and they can show you. Like my mentor at MUSC, she always tells me work smarter, not harder.
Right,
Like
right, right.
yeah, so like she teaches me like all kind of different techniques on like not how to get so stressed out or burnt out and things and like she like I was telling you the other day, she taught me how I could go like I want to become a cardiovascular physician, so she taught me how I could go become a patient sitter and gain the 500 hours that I need to
Mm,
get into PA school rather than doing a lot of extra stuff.
yeah.
So
And
yeah.
so and so briefly, just kind of talk about the internship really quick that you had there. Just for a small brief moment. Just talk about that for a little bit, your experience.
Okay. Well, my experience for the internship was called Student Mentors for Minorities in Healthcare at the Medical University of South Carolina. My experience was it was awesome. Like we learned a lot of different things. We met a lot of different people. We went into the actual hospital. They showed us like some new technology they have, like something called telehealth, which we should be seeing pretty soon all throughout the state.
Okay.
Um, and they just teach you a lot of stuff like whatever major whichever direction you want to go in, they're gonna help you get there. Like they're gonna teach you every step of the way. Like that's an awesome program. If you haven't done it, I would definitely recommend
There
it.
you go. Good job, Devontae. Way to market for your intern. Way to market. All right. So look, at any moment you guys can shout out your mentors and say, hey, shout out to so and so for being helpful, whatever. So how important, Cheyenne, how important is it for you to not just have positive people in your surroundings, right? But to now have mentors? How important is it to have a mentor?
I feel like it's important to have a mentor because they're like, say if you're lost, you don't know what to do, they can be your guidance. They can really help guide you on the right path. They can give you a different point of view of things, like change your perspective, and just a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
help you out when you need it.
So tell us about an experience for you personally where you had an encounter with a mentor or somebody that wasn't a mentor at the time that kind of pushed you in a different way
Um, let's
that you
see.
probably weren't used to. Let's ask that question like that.
Um, I think it might have been hold on.
Okay. All right, Osai, let's go to you really quick. So, Osai, let's talk about a time where you had an encounter with a mentor and he or she pushed you out of your comfort zone. And how important is it to have a mentor right now?
Yeah. Well, me, my biggest thing with the whole mentor thing is a lot of people, I feel should have a mentor that closely resembles them or what they're trying to do in life. Because it's real easy for us to say somebody like Oprah or somebody big. I'm not saying she shouldn't be a mentor, but somebody big like that.
Right.
But it's a lot more realistic for us. Like for me personally, my mentor is my own brother because he played football only for like a year in high school and got a full ride to Boston College, and so I tried to go down a similar path and ended up not doing exactly that, but still seeing somebody that has that like drive and determination into something that you're trying to do in life is very important. So having someone that's I don't want to say like on your level, but like someone that's close to your resemblance, something that's actually achievable. Because a lot of times we like try to obtain goals that are, I don't want to say no one's goals is out of reach, but that's like astronomical. I feel like we need to start low, like baby steps, and build up like that.
Yeah, no, and I think that's important too. And like you're saying about having people that are more so tangible, so then they can show you the blueprint. They can give you the steps. They rather than you seeing it from a macro level, you're like, okay, this is the side of it at large. But you're saying, okay, I have my brother here, and my brother's like telling me step by step what I need to do. He's showing me, and so it's good to have someone that can literally, like Devontae said earlier, my mentor is telling me stress, situation.
I was gonna say like with Devontae, I know that really helped him because like that's something he wants to do in life. He wants to be a cardiovascular physician, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is what he was. So his mentor was a cardiovascular physician. Someone that's like where exactly he's trying to be in the next like 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
always good to connect with somebody that's on your pathway, man. I heard a quote like this before, Devontae, and I let you speak after this, but it's always good to be connected to a person that is where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's always good to be connected to a person that's where you want to be, because now you can really examine where you are and where you're not. And so you look at their steps. You say, what steps did they take? And what steps do I need to take? How can I now cultivate myself to be in a posture to be prepared for where they are? So what were you about to say, Devontae?
Oh yeah, I was referring back to what Osias said about somebody, the mentor being someone who's kind of in your shoes. The cool thing about the internship is that my mentor is actually a person who just got into the school. So they kind of know the level of stress that I'm under and stuff like that. So yeah, like he said, it's good that you have someone that's in your shoes.
That's a good point. That's a great point. And Kamaya, I'm definitely going to come back to you and Cheyenne after this, but that's a great point to have relevant mentors, and to not just have people that are in an area, but you want to have somebody that's giving you relevant information so that then you can be prepared, like you're saying. Cheyenne, let's go back to you, and Kamaya, let's end with you. So tell us about why it is important for you or others to have mentors.
I feel like it's important for me to have a mentor because I know sometimes I give up. I feel myself giving up on myself. So sometimes I just need that good slap, like get back on track,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I remember one time. This is back when I was in middle school. I was dancing.
Okay.
And I used to play around. I didn't care, I didn't care. I was just doing too much. It was just me. And literally, we had our dance performance. I was only in one dance, and I was in there for 2.5 seconds, and that was the last time I danced. And she told me that my dance teacher told me that I need to stop playing. I need to get it together, and actually push myself to go harder. And then next thing you know, I got solos and trios, and like it was just more than I expected, because I actually started pushing myself to go harder and started doing what I was supposed to do.
Got you. That's good information. All right, Kamaya, let's end it with you. Why is it important to have a mentor? Tell us about it.
It's important to have a mentor because they'll help you with a lot of things. Like I used to have a mentor in middle school. I used to have one in high school. Now I got two in college. Like, and the two in college, they helped me a lot. Like this virtual stuff, they helped me a lot.
Okay. So shout out to your mentors. Y'all want to shout them out? You want to shout your mentors out, Kamaya?
Yeah. Shout
Cheyenne?
out to Miss Courtney and
Okay.
then Timmons too.
Okay. Cheyenne, you want to shout out your mentors possibly? No? Yes? It's okay. Oh, sorry. You already shout out your brother, so you're good. All right. So any final words for your colleagues and your classmates that may be about to watch this video, and the title of it is The Company You Keep. What type of encouragement would you give them right now? They may be a freshman and they don't know what it's like to be on campus with a lot of people that they don't know. And so they're ready to have fun. They may be a sophomore and they're still trying to find their way. Or they may be a junior or a senior that's still trying to figure out who they need to be around. And so what encouragement would you give them about the company that they're keeping right now?
The best company for you isn't always the most popular.
Yeah, he's definitely right about that. Like just because they got a name for themselves at school, that don't mean you have to try to hang around them or be like them. Because just because it works for them is not. It doesn't mean it's gonna work for you.
That's
And
good.
sometimes they got their name out there for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was
Anybody
good.
else? Any last words for your colleagues and your friends and those that will be watching?
Surround yourself around bosses. You heard what I said. Surround yourself around bosses. If
Right.
they're not talking about how to level up, how to move to the next level, how to do this, get further in your career, then they're
There
not
you go.
for you.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you
Period.
go. There you go. There you go. Kamaya, you want to close it off for us? What would you say to your classmates right now, your colleagues? They're freshmen, they're sophomores, they're juniors. They need to know something from Kamaya. What would you tell them?
Just pay attention to the red flags. Yeah.
That's solid. Pay attention to the red flags. All right. So thank you all for tuning in to Good Trouble Podcast. We will be back next week at 1:00 this time. And so if you're seeing this live, thank you for joining us. If you're seeing the playback, thank you for watching. You all want to say thank you to the people, wave at them, smile at them, let them see your beautiful faces. There we go. And we'll tune in with you again. Cheyenne, could you wave at the people really quick? All right. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you.